And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Humankind, and our mini focus run here. Second half of the second stream. Yeah, things are going well. It was uncomfortable, let's just say, during that last war at points. But now that we've got troops deployed, and okay, they're not modernized, but to be fair, that's because what modern is going to go up in 6 turns. We're gonna have to modernize the new modern as soon as 5 turns go by, or 6 turns go by. But yeah, if they start stuff again, and they're potentially gonna start stuff again, we're ready for them. Time to end the turn and let some time rest. More population in the capital. Picking some grain star. Picked up a merchant star. We're at the point where we get era up, and we've done 1 tech from the current era. People are still poaching my trade.
How do you do, whoever you are?
Will we end the day friends or foes?
Press freedom. Freedom of speech. Propaganda. I don't think I need propaganda. Probably want freedom of speech. Kind of being told I can choose a culture for the next era. Honestly, well, obviously we should wait until we've got the technology to go into the next era. So we're gonna hold off a bit. But Temporary's the last era, is it? So probably we're looking for merchant stars if we can. So the Chinese, we've been tempted by the Chinese a couple times. We haven't done it yet. We might do the Chinese this time. Yeah, looks like it's the only merchant one for the last era. So if I want to do merchant, that's what we're going with. And yeah, I think for the last era, we either want merchant or we want science. So it might be tempting to go with the Japanese again just for the science industry, or the Swedes just for the raw science. +1 science per district. Yeah, we got very few science districts, so just +1 per district isn't bad. And then a specialty science one wouldn't be too bad. Number of attached territories. Yeah, probably either China or Sweden. I don't think I need the industry from Japan, although minus 20% tech cost on all techs is nice. And yeah, we got one more area to go. So we're not in a rush to get to the next era because we might have the stars, but we don't have the tech. We need to let some tech get done. I can maybe beeline to the next era of tech. Right, and that would look like I need to get combustion engine, aeronautics, microbiology, wireless technology, trench warfare, urban planning, and then we could pass on a bunch of stuff. Like, we don't need guerrilla warfare. Wouldn't need guerrilla warfare if we're doing that. I either need mechanization or propeller. Yeah, a lot of bypassing we can do in this era just to get to the next one quicker. And then in here, Theory of Relativity Research Institute early is really good. And at some point we need to do the rush to Mars. At rocket science. Space station. I think that's the route. No, the run to Mars is rocket science. Sorry about that. Makeup. Yeah, the cities are looking pretty good, pretty strong. Oh, you need people on food production. Okay. The balance I'd rather have. Okay. I think we just cycle the turn here, and we get some money up, and we then try to run through the Torettos pretty quickly. Culture-wise, because we don't have the Wonder yet to work on. Well, I've got the Wonder yet. I haven't done work on the Wonder yet. Press freedom for freedom of speech.
If different opinions can't be heard, people might end up believing whatever ridiculous things the government says.
And that'll help us get swapped back on some of our stuff. We got swapped, for example. Well, we might want to swap in Divine Mandate at some point, but we got swapped on mercenary armies. We probably want to get back to fellow peoples. Stabilizing 75, 100%, 90. Might be the capitals, might be the one I want to expand. You're 100. You're 100%, yeah, so it's probably the capital that I want to place you. Okay, so let's buy. Don't have enough to buy you. But we can already see that's already having a market advance improvement on our stability. We went from 75 to 90 as the resting point. So the next one done, and the Wonder will be over 100. On industry. Foreign war declared. Okay. Grab the last one, the capital, and then I want to put you, I think, in the capital. And then probably at some point build a bunch of industry. Right, you get bonuses for having industry next to you. Yeah. So if I can pick a spot that has a good bias for like surrounding with industrial quarters, that would be good. Thinking there, and then that would be pretty nice for industrial surrounding. I think we technically get a food bonus there, but 7 food, I don't think it's worth it. Oh, are you? You're Maker's Quarter already, so. Question is, do I want those 3 Maker's Quarters, or do I want to offset and build 5 brand new ones? To maximize the influence bonus. Yeah, I'll put it there. Let's go and build 4 more next to there and be perfectly fine. Okay. So we'll be done 23 turns. A decent number of turns. Yeah, I guessed right. We're working on that one. So finishing you finishes that one. Queue that one up. Okay. That's the money for the turn. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to spend money this turn because we're going to want to spend it on the next turn to improve the army. We'll cycle the turn, get the army upgrade. Algerun reached the industrial era, going from the Poles to the Russians. I suppose that's one way you can do that transition. Historically, the Russians conquered the Poles, but yeah, Poles turned to Russians. They're in second, and honestly, they're 4 stars behind us, so they're uncomfortably close for being in second. But population gain. Oh, we dealt with that. Yeah. Don't care about the stealth activity detected. Poisoned Whispers. Over the years, you've been advised by an increasing motley counselors from cryptic spiritualists to straight-talking soldiers, but none have captured the imagination of people like the Monk of Sindan. Order towards liberty. Empire stable enough, people will understand his work if he steps into the light. And if they don't, then they may take that into their own hands. Okay, so let's pop out into our 5 armies and get them upgraded. Oh, we're definitely not going to be able to 5 armies at once. Probably do 4 of them. Waiting on the 5th one. Yeah, we're going from someone who can move or shoot to someone who can move and shoot and climb cliffs.
Something to make our affairs more
Yes, I cannot dispute the benefit in that.
Unfortunately, this time you are merely a bystander to someone else's glory.
Get you helping the Wonder, which goes the Wonder down in 10. Good to see. Anyway, we'll see if we can able to hold on to this first place. Once we get into the like space race, I think our industrial capacity means we're going to win the space race, and that's going to catapult us to a secure first. Gained a merchant star, although that helps. Goes ahead. Trade still being poached.
Here is a proposal to get your heart.
Your proposal makes...
Okay, I'm gonna save it for another turn, and then we're gonna try to integrate these guys into these guys. Honestly, we need that city to actually shrink in size, so we're just gonna accept that's the starvation thing happening. Anyway, I'm gonna wait and return, and I'm gonna assimilate these guys, and we're gonna try to push them into the city. In the meantime, we'll be 1 city over if I'm not able to do it in 1 turn. Might need 2 turns of money. See. Solomon, early modern era. They're an era behind. Biblos is complaining about starvation problems. Victory achievement for Welcome to the Borg. Yeah, we're having food issues there. Yeah, you're just gonna have to go down one size. I can work on trying to get some more food in once the palace is in. Biblos lost to population, as we expected. Sidon is threatening starvation.
I'm afraid they've already eaten all the bread and the cake, and now the pantry seems empty.
I'm gonna decline again in 6 turns. Well, that one we can definitely prevent. We're no longer shrinking. Can't prevent that one. Well. Cycle the turn. Pick up steam engine on the next turn. Steam engine researched. Let's do independent
I suppose the
artists.
act of creation is itself a bit anarchic. Why not take that to its logical conclusion?
We're fairly stable, so I'm gonna go for
There
invention.
must be an awful lot in that wide world that the elders never even thought of.
We'll go there. This will give us more science as well.
Just don't turn the legal system into a surreptitious way to impoverish your enemies.
Night Stalker will illuminate. Oh, I gotta pick the next tech. Precedence would probably, well, precedence is useful for flipping if I'm trying to flip stuff. Money and outpost, 10% more money, money per trader, science per pop, cabinet curiosities. I probably do want that. That's only gonna take 2 turns. Don't need the armies to be bigger, so we can procrastinate on that, procrastinate on that. Oh, 10% science, stability per science. Yeah, probably do want that. The army size, don't need the out-of-date units. Yeah, nation into electricity. Skip guerrilla warfare. Let's do urban planning. Probably do want trench warfare at some point. Don't need it right away. Electricity, we have everything we need for wireless technology. Air. Food and coastal waters and lake is maybe a little tempting. Money per naval trade route. Or mechanization. Let's do mechanization instead of propellant into combustion engine, into aeronautics. And then we need microbiology for research institute. This trench warfare and propeller to finish it off, and that's 14 more techs. I have no idea how that's going to line up with science stars. 2 science stars? Probably not 3. And we maybe don't want to hang around long enough for 3. Okay, that stabilizes your food. I think historically you'd be the next one I'd rapidly improve by buying stuff out, so buy you out. Cycle the drain. Village star complete. Population growth there. More industry. Okay, so again, we're gonna spend money to accelerate our construction. Anyway, cycle the turn. Start companies, some more money, and a bunch more buildings. You grew again. Oh. Fuels procurement. Resource access required to create wondrous resource deposits. Yeah, trade resources, what we're going for.
Trading goods tends to lead to trading goodwill, good ideas, and good stories. Checking to see if I've got the stuff from the manufacturers. Now we've lowered the requirement for them. Oh, coal mines should probably get installed if I've got them. Should have done the saltpeter mine earlier, actually. You've got some coal. Yes, the first time around. Get that in. You've got coal.
Okay. That probably wants to be on industry. Get on helping the Winder, or the Wonder when your emblematics are done. Yeah, we've got all those strategics developed to this point. Gonna take a while to work through the emblematic districts, but gotta start somewhere. And we're gonna cycle the turn, get the next one done, which is alchemy, which is more buildings and more potential science.
How did you get 12 agrarian stars? Plant one in the ground and have 11 more pop up around it?
Apothecary, alchemist. So that's the good one. That's plus 10% science. Grade still got poached. Grievances being grievances. I am not the definition of good ally. Okay, cycle the turn. Wonder's done 2. Wonder's done in 1. Honestly, we're probably at the point where as soon as the Wonder's done, I'm going to be able to build the next Wonder. Thinking about it. I no longer need to be on mercenary armies. Although mercenary armies is keeping me commercial. Sure. Well, we'll leave it for the moment. Check they're already okay. So you're finished that Wonder. You're all working on the Wonder. You're gonna work on probably infrastructure as soon as you're done with the Wonder. New Wonder can, as I said, be claimed immediately.
Built, rebuilt, and renamed any number of times. It is a testament to stamina and survivability.
And the Taj Mahal has been claimed. Okay, so if we're in Era 5, we're gonna take Era 5 stuff. Only one other person can take Era 5 stuff, so if we're quick enough, we get to have basically a monopoly here on what we want. Big Bang is science. Statue of Liberty is based on number of territories. New Statue of Liberty. This will be placed in coastal waters. I think our capital is still the lowest ability city at the moment, actually, weirdly. It's the lowest one I think it's going to have city in coastal waters. Yeah, capital is the lowest one at the moment. Get that place working on the Statue of Liberty. Have you come help. You come help. Gonna be working the implement. Before we're actually kind of on a proverbial timer. When we finish the era, we want to move on to the next. So we are on a timer with getting these emblematics done. You can help. The last one here needs to be out on the island, which is why we're not doing it. But the 2 interior territories, which is good for them. Okay. 2 texts out from the encyclopedia. Encyclopedia done. Drawn up and signed to ink, the charter confirms that no worker shall ever be forced to sacrifice their life for the Emperor's construction. It prevents population from being consumed in order to complete constructions instantly. And precedent, so we can change stuff around a little easier. Oh, and of course I got caught up in that fight. I'm not joining in it. Does it just stop me from doing stuff? No. Irreligion. So if I want to stay religious, I have to not make a choice here. And we want to stay religious because we actually like our religion, and we got it to maximum, so don't want to make a choice there. No choice, please. The walking wounded, we honor them. Can't really move towards it, we're maxed out there. We honor them. And after that, go help on the Wonder. In population. Gonna put all that population. Can't put all of it on. Can put most of it on industry. Okay. Okay, a little bit of culture. A little bit of money to get some culture over here. But you didn't help out with the Wonder. Got another Builder Star. Yeah, would not be surprised if we pick up all the Builder Stars during this era. In fact, that was the last Builder Star. As I said, not surprised if we're going to pick up all the Builder Stars. Picked up all the Merchant Stars, Builder Stars, Expansion Stars. We might get the Agrarian Stars. Because again, there's certain technologies I want to get done before we go to the next era, because the point to go to the next era is to do the next era's techs, not to just be in the next era. Because, lol. Yeah. Nationhood's done. Gained Science Star. Republic Evolution. One-party state or Democratic Republic? We're doing Democratic Republic.
Are occasional bouts of chaos a small price to pay for liberty, free speech, and opportunity?
looking at some of these cities and realizing they need a little bit more food to not have starvation. Citizenship. Universal or select? Universal, of course.
It seems logical that citizenship starts with where you live and pay taxes.
And then help the Wonder if the Wonder isn't done, although the Wonder is expected to be done at this point. Okay. New
The
Wonder
Statue of
claimed.
Liberty is a towering symbol of unity and inclusion, and was a most generous gift.
Eiffel Tower went. The other person in this era picked up the Eiffel Tower. Industry on a harbor? We got a lot of harbors. That would be interesting, but I don't think I really need the industry or the naval cost reduction on the unit on the naval units. Whereas Big Ben is science, which is going to help us actually win better here. Now, if we're fast enough, we can probably do both. That's what we should really be striving for, is just be fast enough to do both. But I've got to lose one. I'd rather lose the dockyard. It's got to be in a river somewhere. At some point, we're going to want to surround it with market quarters. Yeah, that'll work. Market quarters aren't that picky where we put them. Okay, so you start working on Big Ben. A lot of the older places are working on farms because we need more food. You can come join in, get Big Ben done quicker. Same there, get Big Ben done quicker. And then the 3 old cities will be joining in as soon as their farms are done. In the land of the blind, blindness has always afflicted a small fraction of the population from birth, but in the overcrowded slums of Sudan, smallpox outbreak has left many without their sight. Now, a professor at the city's university believes he can let loose people be more comfortable despite their disability by founding a school for the blind. What do you say? We found one, of course. Move towards individual. We're already maxed out individual, so yeah, we found one. Okay, Big Ben done in 5.
Lightning in a bottle. This new power will impact every aspect of society, from public safety to industrial production. Change is coming.
So all the coal deposits now provide extra resources. Industry districts are now cheaper to build. We get the coal plant, which is industry per coal. And we were first to discover electricity. Oh, there's no research cores in that city. Fair enough. Maybe should fix that, but good enough start for the moment. Do I have enough to buy you out? No, not yet. Northwood's been hurt. Okay. Oh, Bank's worth a lot. Bank's worth a lot. Yeah, something like that. Like a return. Move close to having build list is or the wonder done. Build list grow in size. Carthage grows in size. Oh, you found a coal mine at some point that I didn't notice. Obviously, build the coal mine. Not enough to custom agency. Second turn. Big Ben will be done next turn. Wait in 6-star. Customs agency. On to the next city, I suppose, where we're buying stuff out. I think it's not quite so good there, but it's still pretty good. There we go. Yeah, wonder's done. New wonder can promptly
Big
be
Ben
claimed.
will give you a visible and official correct time. Rather important now that all the clocks of an entire empire need to agree on it.
Now, this is the last wonder until we are up. So we're going to get done quickly because we can. Done in 6. How many techs do I have left to go before we're... A lot. Like 8 more. Okay. Okay, and then we cycle the turn. Actually, let's buy some buildings before we cycle the turn. Edge. 5. 5, that's probably about right. Second turn. Urban planning. Stability and detection if I needed it. Children's rights. Children education or children employment? The answer is child
The
education.
long-term strategy seems to be smarter if it's built on lifting everyone up.
Oh, and I don't need the stability yet, so we can delay the stability one. That wants to be done. Can I afford it? Oh, yeah, no. And then we plop you over here. This is more influence. And then we buy you out. And then we're on to that sort of logic over in this one next. 41 industry, buy you out. Move the bank. Yeah, the bank's probably worth buying. Here we go. And this is the next place we're going to be just buying stuff to accelerate the development of the empire. Sidon is
Death from
starving.
starvation.
That's not good.
It seems that these are the times that try a people's dietary habits.
Oh, that's partially due to the fact that we have 68 jobs there and 72 people to employ. We basically got overemployment. We got like unemployment, right? We got too many people in the city. Best farm. There's the best farm. Plus 20. That'll just fix the problem. There we go. No starvation. Kick that can down the road for a little bit. Wireless telegraph is next. Cool. Okay. Raise the science rate. Raise the science rate. A little more influence is not bad. Can I afford you? Yeah. There we go. We'll buy one more thing out there. The Human Carnival. Refuse, rehabilitate, or educate. Science for money, stability. Educate. Society needs a change. Money will be spent on education programs that formed are seen as people, not entertainment. There we go. We're about to run out of wonders to work on until the next era. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do the northern coastal one. Let's align them there. Bank for 122. So I guess I'd have the research ones done here already. Okay. Cabinet curiosity. You actually have some research quarters, so you actually get some science from this building. Not very high priority, though. Not a lot of science. You, to the industry. Money. Oh, that's from ongoing trade, so we actually have to get some trade going. Although that isn't controlled by me, so we'll do that because that will probably scale up faster than the alternative. Let's get stuff queued up in this one as well. Start with the bank, do the industry, into the science. Go. Yep, something like that. Okay, cycle the turn. Moving towards mechanization, which is a whole bunch of good industry techs.
A wondrous work indeed. No doubt the neighbors are eyeing you with a great deal of jealousy.
Minus 50% trade route maintenance on trade relay. Minus 10 facility. Plus 50 per adjacent maker's quarter. Okay. I'm gonna plop it here because I'm gonna actually surround that one, if I remember to, with maker's quarters. Yeah, so this one is actually a good place to queue those maker squares up. Up there, yeah. There. 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 Let's see a good way to check what the window is providing. I'm pretty sure this is the one that had bonuses for maker's quarters next to it. So I'll stack a bunch of maker's quarters up like that. Yep, that's cycle the turn. Another building complete, or another tech complete. Industrial silos for more food from farmers. Sawmill. Conveyor belt. Factory. So mostly industry except for the industrial silos. Yeah. Through, getting things queued up. These new buildings are probably all worth building. In fact, they're probably worth building more than the police station. Police force. Assuming we have the prerequisites, of course. I think that city actually has something it needs to build to be the prerequisite for one of those industrial buildings. Okay. Cycling turns. We got a lot of science to get through. Combustion engine is next. Victim to grain star from cities growing. Yeah, we're well off in the lead with fame now. Okay. Second turn again. Industrial production. Now we have some factories. Industrial industries, so farmer slot per farmer quarter, 10% more food in all cities, or privatized industry for trader slot per farmer quarter, 5% more money on cities, the cost of stability reduction per farmer. We privatize.
Let's hope that there is enough innovation and motivation to counteract the long hours.
Okay, cycling the turn. Civic star picked up. Combustion engine on the next turn. And there's combustion engine. You didn't have any oil. You don't have any oil. Suspect one of my cities probably does. Spread out over enough territory, it'd be unusual not to have any oil. There's some oil. And of course, other people wanted something immediately, so I suspect that was someone buying my oil. You've got oil? I guess in the desert. Yeah, oil in the desert. Sounds like they have the game Echo Reality. Okay, let's cycle into the turn, and then I think we'll probably put the part break in for this episode. In comparison to the previous one, which involved combat, this one has been productive line go up, which for some people is interesting, for others I can imagine it maybe is not. Profitability's gone up, influence has gone up really high. We've been raking in the fame points. We've long past the point where we have the stars to air up. In fact, we're picking up science techs because we want science techs before we air up. Really, that's where we're at. Although we're getting closer to the end, we got 4 to go. 4 techs to go. Well, at least aeronautics. Aeronautics, microbiology, and trench warfare. So we aren't gated by anything. We might, at that point, actually delay intentionally for 1 more tech for another science star. We'll see where we're at with science stars. And yeah, run's coming along, and then we got 1 more era to go. Granted, it's the longest era, but it's also the one where we can prematurely end the game by sending the people to Mars. And we might be sending the people to Mars real fast. Hopefully I got some unimportant land somewhere where I can put a launch facility on. We'll find out. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I can take a short break here so I can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea. So until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.